Right guys, hello, welcome back to Skylines. Last time we were working on Toxic Town a little bit. We actually saw some industry and commercial which has now disappeared. Actually, how did Mitsu get a... Oh, no power. Oh, crap. Remember we forgot about this? Remember how I said it was really important that we were going to have power out here? Remember that? Apparently I didn't remember that. For our mining operation, that goes. Right, anyway, also residential. Needed more residential. Quite sure where I want to build residential down here. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that it gets really flooded down here. We'll just put like a little bit of housing in here like this. Just a little bit, just on the edge of outskirts of town. The outskirts of town. You always have some people living on the outskirts of town. We're just going to be careful some of those houses don't get a bit flooded up, but we'll see how we go, you know. We'll see how it pans out. Right, they're going to need some water pipes down here. A little bit of electricity as well, wouldn't go amiss. Electricity poles down here. There we go. Right, so that's that going on. Right, now I talked about doing that outlet mall, but that's not on the cards now. Basically, also remember we have got like the big recycling facility over here, so that's the whole thing as well. I think Robert's Peak could expand a little. I kind of want to create like a very small little town over here. I'm just going to do that right now. Although, the trouble, you always have so many issues with these kind of things. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. No, not yet. I am going to do it, but not yet. Not yet. Later. Too many considerations right now. My little mountain road up the side there is looking great, bringing our garbage services that we desperately need. How are we doing overall for services in general? Power is good, water is okay. Location not too bad in Toxic Town. We're looking good, but I think we could do better in general because we're not seeing a great, huge demand. So policing is okay up here. I'm trying to see where we could do better. Fire is actually pretty good, but there's a lot of trees around Toxic Town. I think we could very much do with a fire watch position up here. So I'm going to put this right here. Look, it costs very much to run. I'll tell you, I think actually Robert's Peak is not too bad for that. I'm trying to see Thornton. Yeah, Mitsu is a bit bad for fire watch. Too many areas though that require it actually. Gold and Orange Forestry is probably a good one to have a firewatch tower as well, so I might just put that out there. Look, yeah, look, no risk right there. That's everybody very happy suddenly. People are very happy if you keep these kind of things well under control. I think also on Toxic Town again, like, might be worthwhile just having another tower right here. Look. Cover the other side. Yeah, let's see, everyone's very happy about that. Right. Yeah, it's looking very nice up here, very nice. I think what we need is a few more sort of like normal residential houses now in this area. Sort of try and bring back the normality a little bit. Same goes for right here. And I'll leave that space there currently. A little bit of commercial coming in there as well. We're looking quite good. Lucian, why is Toxic Town called that? Okay, well, I always name the towns after subscribers. So Toxic was named after him. But it was also Toxic Town because it's right above like directly above the incineration plants for the city. So I figure there's a lot of toxic chemical gases that rise up from all the waste from the entire region being burned off that's rising up to the town here. So that's why it's called Toxic Town. Right. So water processing is the thing I need to kind of keep an eye on. And we talked about having to expand this site because, as you see, I've kind of like fulfilled all of this stuff on the site here. It's kind of like we've utilized all that space. So I actually need to create like a new section for this. Actually, what's happening in this city here? I'm seeing suddenly a gigantic death toll. What? Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there is another funeral service right here. So we got 5 hearses though. I think we could do with some better death care on this side of town. Let's have a look. We need another reasonable crematorium. Crematorium and funeral parlor. Upkeep is $16 a week. What a bloody... I didn't even know. Sometimes I download mods because I like the look of them, and then I forget to look at the stats. And some people put in these... I've discussed this in the past, like these mods, which in my opinion are kind of like a cheat. It's like, you know, you shouldn't have anything which is just like has stats that are that good. Like, it's just BS. Man, traffic is looking very busy on this road right here. I need to maybe look at that a little bit. Question is where to put it. Now, sometimes it is necessary to usurp people's homes like this and say sorry about your houses, but you know, we can just pretend like, hey, oh crap, I might have made a mistake here. Yeah, I might have anarchied those people's houses. Sorry, Maple residents. Yeah, that's where basically you put a new object in without actually destroying those people's houses. Anyway, that should help a little bit with the death care. Yes, now I was looking at this road right here, and the reason this road is an issue is because basically all my roads up and down the town, what I might do is I might actually change this up to traffic lights instead of being priority. And that seems kind of bonkers, but see, basically we have all the roads on priority, but sometimes, so like if I go down through the town, look, see, most of the roads in town don't have any traffic lights, but what they do have is priority signs, so that way it's basically telling traffic, hey, you either, you know, stop or yield, okay? Because there isn't much traffic often feeding into the main road, so you're fine with that. Like this one right here should be also priority like that. But then here, for example, okay, so on this side here, again, we've got a traffic light block because you've got this really, really big run all the way down here, and that's probably what I should do. Again, look right here as well, we've got traffic lights. I think there was a time in Skylines where everybody just was like, turn off all traffic lights everywhere, all over the map, and that automatically fixes your traffic. It's not always the case. Like sometimes there is actually a crossroads or a junction where it's beneficial to have traffic lights. Yep, Psycho, if you're on when I create a new district and I offer it up, because whenever we create new districts, they're always open to the subs to get in on that. Right, now one thing we did have to do was we had to fix up this junction over here, and we're going to just do that right now. So basically the guys are fine. What we need to do is we need to sort of replicate what we had going on here. So I had the 2 outside lanes basically going to the 3rd lane, and then the other 2 staying on the right. So basically quite similar what's going on here. So we want our 2 outside lanes to go to the 3rd. Yeah, it is already set how we need it to be. So right here on this one, again, these can basically carry on. Actually, I think yeah, carry on there. That makes sense. Sort of. And then what I'll do is I'll say to this guy, you can go out to the outside lane, and this guy, you can basically go to that lane or that lane. And this guy right here, he can go straight on or turn right. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to control the times, and then once they are here, then they're going to stay in lane. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reduce the times where they change lane, which means they should theoretically get in lane earlier on, and then stay where they need to be at. And this is going to be a bit of a pain for me. So this lane here needs to be basically right turn, and also, I don't know, does it also want to be going on? No. So that'll be right turn only. This one right here will be going to there. He's going outside, and I think at that point we don't want him to change lane. No, not right there anyway. This guy right here, if I can find it. So he's coming on that middle lane. Again, probably don't really want him to change lane, I don't think. And the last one, the purple one. Yeah, and again, I need to keep that right lane clear here, because basically all your traffic from the farm section is going to come into there, like that. And actually, I think, in fact, there shouldn't be enough traffic to warrant usage of 2 lanes there, so keep that like that. Right, now, here's where we'll get interesting. So this currently is irrelevant, but we'll just leave it as such. Right, so now, this is where things get a bit tricky, because what we're going to have is any of the traffic which has just come on from the farm. I think actually it's not worth worrying about it. There's very little traffic comes from there, and it's not a big deal. But what we do want is, if you are in this lane, to be able to change lane to that lane. You're in this lane to go in either of these 2 lanes, and if you're in this lane, to carry on around. Yeah, and then see, these guys over here can basically change up their lane if they want to. Right, and then here we will have, again, this lane just stays where he is. This lane you can go there and there. And also you can go there and there. This lane you can go there, there. This lane you can go there. Now, the only problem we have is, of course, traffic going around, so I'm going to have also that lane go like that and that. We'll just see if this works. I might have to go back through and rethink it in a more very considered way, but I think if we watch this for a minute, it will probably be okay. Yeah, it's mostly okay. Yeah. Okay, it seems to be working for the most part, guys. Look. Let's watch from this angle a little bit as well. That lane in the right, that traffic in the right-hand lane is very slow for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway, that seems to have somewhat resolved that problem there, which is a pain always. But there we go. That's good. It's a pain that it has to be solved. I mean, right. Let's save, seeing as we've actually made some constructive progress there. Hopefully, we crash out. What's your favourite game and why? I don't think I can get into that right now. That's a giant question to ask someone like me. If only I designed the traffic laws where I live. Yeah, exactly. Actually, I don't think anybody would wish that. If anybody's watched me play this, does anybody in the stream think it would be a great idea to allow me to come up with traffic laws? That doesn't seem like a conducively good thing. And like this, guys, we've got some more mining facilities here in Thornton Square, so that's already good. I'm actually going to call this Silver Square. That's our only... It's such a small district, I don't think it warrants assigning to any of you guys. It's not worth it. Let's keep growing Toxic Town. I'll continue to grow it. And remember that, of course, this is where we'd sort of... it's where we'd assigned a lot of new businesses and stuff right here. The Toxic Town we really wanted to grow quite quickly, and also hopefully there is like a need for people coming into the city right now, so hopefully over time this kind of grows and just does better and better. Got a couple of little school education things here. Let's see what other kind of features we might get in on this. So we've got hypermarkets. See whether there's anything we want to add here that'll be very interesting. There's casinos. Parks, we haven't really added a lot of parks up here. There's not a lot of leisure parks or anything like that, so we could add something along those lines. Yeah, we've got the friendly neighborhood park right here. Everybody likes that, actually. Actually, look, and we can bang it in right here, so this will be perfect. There we go. Right opposite the school, so everyone will be happy about that. Actually, it actually looks perfect as well, because it connects really well to this street right here, so that's really good. Fantastic. Good. There's a spot in the roundabout that slows them down like it did a corkscrew roundabout. Yeah, I know. I know that's what it is. I just can't quite be bothered to fix it. We're seeing, again, a good growth in people wanting to come into town. We've still got some right here, so if we speed that up, hopefully we get some more people coming in. We have got some shop growth as well, look. Actual businesses. It's so rare for us. Let's actually take a look at our stats for overall. We're still at 1% unemployment. But there's only about 900 jobs available across the whole region, which is a good thing because we've been kind of toning down the jobs. I think those office jobs have kind of maxed out now, and we're starting to see some more industrial jobs. The biggest issue that we had was right here, was this building, I believe, Princess Tower, which is employing over 1,000 highly educated workers. And also the other issue that we had, this is our office district right here, if you've not seen it before. The other issue that we'd had was basically that early on, it didn't occur to me, but we created this absolutely gigantic education centre in town. So this really, really huge university, which basically is a massive percentage of the entire city site. Like, it's a really big percentage of the whole city. And not only is that a university campus, but you've got like 2 high schools right next to it as well. So it's like a really big sort of education center of the town. And this, as you can see, look, there's just so many people here. So because of this university site, there's a lot of highly educated people in the city. I think if we go to education. So yeah, look, university. Okay, look, so massive amount of, like, look at how many people graduated university here compared to, like, I mean, just like a quick glance, okay, you can see, look, that the majority of the city here have, you know, very high education level, okay, look, nearly all high school graduated, you know, whereas you look at Captain Rex Islands and look at Port Salty for high school education. You know, Timothy Ridge is good, Boomtown's good, all these other towns pretty good. Roberts Peak at 50-50. Elementary school, good. Port Salty's like 50-50. These other towns, good. Again, like the entire town here, okay, the entire city, very good. But it's the uni that's really like the telling factor. So you can see like the city has just got the biggest amount of university graduation compared to anywhere else. And that's what was happening, was like, you know, this is where most of our workers were, and all those workers are working in the highly educated sector, so they're all working in like offices and stuff like this. And that's why we saw that big drop off for industry. But now we kind of reached like the you know, the flat line. We've reached like the sort of terminal point with that. So now all the highly educated people are basically employed. And now we've built towns like Port Salty, where we're discouraging like higher education, and Toxic Town, same. So Toxic Town also has got the policy of schools out, so they also will basically do high school and then nothing beyond that. Do you have an underground mass transit system in the city? No, we don't. That was actually one I wanted to avoid. We don't have an underground mass transit system. We have an overground mass transit system. So what we have right here are our railways. So we have these big railways which go all the way around the city. So basically the lines at the moment go, there's one station right here, look, which serves basically the university site. As you can see, it's quite busy. In fact, all the railway stations here are busy, actually. But, and like, yeah, look, you can just see, look, how many people are using around this area. There's a lot of people around this area. Then this one, it does go underground for a time, but it's not really underground. It's I think I hear a train. Here he comes, look. It's not really an underground train, it just happens to go underground for a short period of time because it has to get past all these houses. And then it comes up out over here, look, to the railway station like this. We then also have another railway which comes around here. There's one of our blimps. Look, we also have a blimp system. Quite a busy blimp system. These guys are like dueling blimps in the sky. Look, right, they're going to land at the same time. Oh, they're still. I literally can't ever not think of that episode of Archer where they're on the helium balloon, and he's just like, "What the hell are you doing?" It's like slapping the cigarettes out of people's mouths. Right, anyway, this is the other. Look at this. Look at this. I still love this. Like, watch. You know, so many people coming out at the same time. Like, look. So a lot of people use this. Watch the escalators inside the station here. So you see right in the middle, like right here. Watch when people come out here, like, and they actually come all up out of the station. There's actually 2 trains coming in at the same time here now, look. You can actually see how many people are kind of coming in and out of the station here. The train's always full, no, because it depends where they want to go. It depends where they want to go. So basically we have a few lines from here. So essentially what we have is one line which goes... Well, I can just show you. Easier, won't it? Oh my god, look at our industry. Pause right here. Where are my trains? Here we go. So basically, yeah, so here you can see the lines overview, right? So basically, right here, golden orange line, which is flashing. Okay, so that goes from Golden Orange Valley right the way through to the university site. And it also goes through the big station at Renshaw. Impossible Line. Where the hell is that? Oh, yeah. So Impossible Line basically runs from Boomtown right here, look. And it goes through Impossible Town, and it goes over there to Timojay Ridge. It goes through the gorge. You've got Mitsu Line, which basically goes just from the Boomtown station right the way through to Mitsu over there. Mitsu Express, Mitsu Express goes basically from here, the big station, 18 Plaza, and it goes all the way non-stop to Mitsu. So it just goes all the way through, so it allows people to get from there all the way to the city, should they want to. And then you've got the city line, and the city line goes from 18 Plaza basically to Boomtown and back again, because those are the sort of, that was like the first railway line we set up. What was the 2 things I just thought of? Oh, yeah. Yeah, one was my curiosity why this is flashing, because this has never had to not flash before. And we had to turn this around because you guys were too triggered that if I left it as it was, that it was going to be unbearable for you. People weren't going to be able to sleep at night if I left it as it was. Turn this around a little bit more. Why did that suddenly pop up as like... I don't know why that suddenly popped up as not being next to a road when it always had been, so that was strange. Yeah, airport, I know. Right, we got a big industry growth. Now the question is, we have 2 options. We expand Nico Farms, because I have said forever that I would do that. Or we put it into the mining, because up here around Mitsu, that was the whole point, was to get more mining industry. Now, I think we've got a little bit of mining started here, and I think that's fine. We can kind of put a pin in that. I think I want to expand the agriculture down here at Nika Farms, because it really was a long time ago. Oh, crap. Remember how I was saying before about how I fixed this problem? Roads. Why? Why was I programmed to feel pain? What are these idiots doing now? Honestly, where do I start? Where do I begin? We added blimps to Toxic Town. No, we have instead a cable car system. We have a cable car system right here from Toxic Town, which runs people all the way down to Salty Port. And then from Salty Port, if they wish, they can get a boat here, they can get a ferry, which will take them downtown. So, yeah, so we're going to expand Nico Farms, because it has been forever We have not expanded Nico Farms. However, the fact that right here we've got this problem still kind of pissing me off. Makes me want to reevaluate this situation. We introduce the death penalty for people who aren't able to use the right lane. Yes, this would make sense and I'd be fine. Can I just highlight yet again, every time we stream, whenever I stream on a Wednesday, there's just this ongoing thing that for the first hour, it's like always kind of like, views are okay. And then I get to the end of the stream where I want to finish and it's like, oh, the views go right up. Every time, every time. You don't need a roundabout there. You can change to a proper highway entry exit. Yeah, I suppose. Yes, 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 yes. What do you mean you don't need a roundabout? What do you mean a proper highway entry? This is what you have in the UK. You have in the UK a roundabout which leads onto highways. They're everywhere. And it works flawlessly, I will have you know. I mean, in fact, this is literally like almost all on-off junctions at in the UK. It works really well. It's just that the traffic are being total idiots. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I don't want to do it like in America. That's the problem, because it's frustrating because technically that system is stupider and worse, and it's kind of like annoying because this should actually work flawlessly. It's kind of frustrating when it doesn't, because if the traffic actually behaved and did what they were supposed to do, then it would work. So it's kind of annoying. Also, I'm just going to say it does work. That's the thing that's annoying, because if you look at my other junctions and stuff, it's absolutely fine. I mean, this is kind of how I have this one right here. So, you know, and this works fine as well. You know, there's a couple of different junction types that we have going on here. See, again, we've got the roundabout up here, and that works just fine as well. Well, it's true. It's true, though. It's true. I've been to the US several times, and the junctions terrify me. They're not very efficient because they rely on traffic constantly stopping, which creates just lots of stopping, basically. The idea with the roundabout is that you come on and it creates flowing traffic. So it's generally a better way of doing it. What's this? LT motorways to motorways don't have roundabout. That's not a motorway. This is just like a bridge. It's just a bridge sort of highway. It's like these are the proper. The hell? There's helicopters on the way somewhere. Right, where are they on their way to? Oh no! No, the entire park is burning down. Dear oh dear, it's a disaster. A lot of fires going on recently. There's a spate of arson through the city. Like worrying, very worrying. Capture X. Roundabouts only work because the drivers are not mentally limited. Yeah, exactly. But no, I don't really want to work it in that way. Like I say, this should work. And also this should work without having to have like 4-lane on-off ramps. It's kind of ridiculous. Things are actually much better here now on this side. So frustrating. The thing that's bothering me with this is that it feels like there's almost no solution to it, because the guys that are queuing up here, they're just kind of like, it doesn't matter how far back, because of the way the traffic works, it doesn't matter how far back I tell them to start getting in specific lanes, they're just going to do it however they want to anyway. They're still going to force themselves to get into there. I wish there was a way of marking a road as a roundabout, then all cars that would be going off on the second exit, first exit, getting first lane. Yeah, you know, that would be a good feature, so that, you know, basically it would tell the cars like when you enter, like to do what you're supposed to do when you're on a roundabout. I'm just trying to think. It's just curious as well, because it doesn't happen really on other junctions where I've had this done, so it is a frustration. But yeah, we might go for a different solution. Okay. Alright, okay. Because this game is being a pain in my ass, let's go drastic measures. As you all know, I don't mind destroying a load of stuff in the process. All that work that I did, scrap it. Right, let's have another crack at this. What? Are people... No, I'm just gonna... I'm not... Yeah, it's fine, don't worry. Right, so... also, I'm going to have to roll this junction back a little bit here to make this work, I think. This is going to have to go back a little bit. Right then. We'll start off with that. Or will we? What did I do at this connection here? Yeah, it's 3-lane. I'll tell you what, we'll revert back to 3-lane right up this way. Look here as well. Why does that say space occupied? Don't mess me about. Right, anyway, yeah, we'll go 3-lane look coming into this road. This thing is trying to screw me around. I really do not want to have to remove that. Maybe I need anarchy. That's probably it. That'll be it then. Right, don't worry, we'll all refine this and make it beautiful, etc. Right, let's have a look here. So, if I can make this thing so it actually levels for a change, which is probably not going to happen. Just one time I wish these stupid roads would actually level off. Like, sort of like that. Yeah. Kind of like that, but much better. So irritating. Well, it's a compromise. Right, let's get rid of the on-ramp up here for now. This is where it's going to get chancy. This is where the whole thing is going to get a bit dicey. So now we need to go basically like this. Let's just delete the pylons here, I think. We'll just temporarily get rid of those. Right, so this is what we're going to have here. Trying to get this road straightened out, but as you can see, it's almost impossible. It's about as good as I can get it. Such a pain in the ass, seriously. Like what is it with these things, look? They just like refuse to be... Just like refuse to be straight. Right. That'll do. Okay, so now we will delete this other electricity pole when I can find the right bit. Why is there power going? Oh, does that power go all the way to this city? Wow, apparently it does. Good job I noticed that before I pressed continue. Otherwise, actually, oh god, we're probably still going to have it. Oh crap. We're probably going to still see like a electricity drop off of literally epidemic proportions. We'll have to come back to that horror in a minute. Okay, so next things next. So let's delete that. Let's have a road which comes from about the same distance up, like that. Then let's have a road which comes around, spinning around. This pain in the ass. Yeah, so I kind of want to basically just come like that and then around this corner. Simple as that. That's basically it. Doesn't look spectacular or anywhere half as near interesting, but hopefully it will resolve the problems that we have and allow the traffic to run a little smoother. Now, what we have got to do is get the power back to where I need it to be. Let's put that back in play. Right, then also over here, what we need is some concrete barriers. We also need to apparently remove the traffic lights, which would be clearly insane. Right, there we go. This one should be easier for us to do. Prop and tree anarchy on. That's a reminder for you guys as much as for me. The barrier. I've got actually some new barriers, guys. You'll see this, look. So if we were to run this along here. There we are, look. That's one of my nice new concrete barriers, guys. I think it looks pretty smart, actually. And then we can just add a finishing end piece right here. What the hell? Oh, okay. There you go, look, nice little concrete finishing end piece there, guys. Right, and there you go, and that should basically be it. Be good to go. Okay, there we go. Right, so let us see whether we have succeeded or not. Oh, yes, and of course, also the farm is an issue. Let's do underground tunnels. Underground tunnels, anyone? Seems like a good option. Let's begin by removing this road out from here a little ways. And I'm going to transition this road to just your average normal thoroughfare road or national road. Oh, this is such a pain in the ass to do underneath this thing. So, national road coming through to somewhere. I'm going to actually have it come sort of to about here. That. And then what I'm going to do is we shall have an off-ramp here, which basically connects to it. Like this. There you go. And another one which connects obviously back onto it. Like that. Okay. So that allows them to get on and off of that. The other issue is we need to get on and off of this as well. That's going to be slightly more of a pain in the ass. I actually think that what I'll do here is we'll have a road which comes off. Like this. Then we'll just send that simply underground. Like this. Then we'll just have this connect like that. So any of that traffic coming in, they can come in that way. And then the only other issue, of course, is having it come back out and reconnect. And again, we can just do that in a similar way here. So we can just have this same traffic come off and go underground. I've still got prop and trianarchy turned on, I know. Of course I have prop and trianarchy turned on, of course. Right, so then we just want this to basically come around like here-ish. God, trying to get this underneath roads is a pain in the ass. Right here, and then we'll just come back up. Back about the tunnel right here, and just connect straight away onto this again. Something like that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Maybe not. Maybe not that. Ballsed everything up now. Look at this. It was all fine before. Terrible. Damn it, game. Don't desert me now. It's just so annoying. Like, it should just be a straight off-ramp. That's all we should have there. It's just a straight off-ramp. Ah. Got it. Right, let's think that one through again. How about putting another roundabout? No, 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 no. Oh, there you go. Flawless. It needs to connect there. It obviously needs to connect there, but... maybe I can still make this work. Hold up. If I can... right, I might have to live with that. It is not ideal. I will completely agree. It's better than nothing. Right, I think this should work for now. There's a slight issue with... oh, crap. No, 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 no. You chancing. Just no. Just no. This is not going to be allowed. What a cheeky... Unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this. What a disgrace. It can be very tricky trying to find the correct lane here. I think it's almost like... Look, where is that left-hand lane deal coming from? Absolute nonsense. Right, yes, there will be no turning left. You guys will stay in lane. Come on. I might just have to rethink, though, the barrier positioning because I had to move the road around, so that might be a thing which is going to be happening now, as you can unfortunately see. Thank you very much, Blue. Oh my god, Blue Adder. Guys, Blue Adder for 9 months in a row with a tier 3 sub. Thank you very much, Blue Adder. Very, very, very appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you very much, guys. Guys, give Blue Adder some love in the chat. I've got to do my Rubik's Cube emote. That should be my to-do list for this week. Guys, give Blue Adder some big love in the chat. All these subs. Thank you very much indeed, guys. Thanks, Blue Adder, for all your support this year. Fantastic, man. You're really helping me out. What are we replacing? Yes, this road junction, though. See, I think that this needs to be... Yeah, that's where we need that to be. So that has to... Obviously, you can see I've balls my barriers now, but... I'm going to have to move this lot around over here until I get it sort of where that needs to be at. Which is sort of here. Oh, it's so close. Oh. I think I've almost got it. Almost got it. Right, I can live with that. You guys live with that? Yes, there's a bit here which is spazzing out, but... What the hell do you want? Have I got it? Have I got it? I've only bloody got it, haven't I? I've only got it, haven't I? Right, we must unfortunately redo our barriers. Our barrier. We must redo our barrier. That means I must reselect these guys and sadly delete them. And then come back. Come back, Zinc. Come back. Right, so I must just anarchy us some new barriers. Right, then we shall just barrier in there and barrier in there. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Prop tree anarchy off. If I was feeling super convoluted, I would bother to put the white lines in through here, but I don't care that much. I kind of care that much. I sort of do care. I normally never do this, actually. If I even have them. Question. Even have them. What are the yellow ones? Do I have white lines curved? Should do. I also should bother to refer to my thing which I've written down with all the curves and lines. Trouble is, you need it to actually match and work properly. Most of the time with this, I don't use these things to the point where it's required. Oh yeah, we do have some of these nice kind of chevron sections now as well, which I think actually look quite good. The trouble is they're very bright. But actually, I don't know. Actually, that might actually work there. That actually looks almost. That almost looks almost appropriate there, guys. Look. That actually genuinely does pretty much work there. Huh. Might actually use that one. Yeah, a bit lacking on other options though. We do have some yellow lines I could throw in, but that actually works really well there, just by complete fluke. I need to save. Yes, I do. Yeah, I know. There are these other ones here which are a little bit different, but they're much smaller. But it would probably work somewhere like this. Look, somewhere like this, where we just have to kind of split the traffic. Trouble is, it really needs to be more like that. And then again, you can have like sort of open left and right ones and so on, or like these, you know. So there's all kind of different kinds. But yeah, this. I don't know, open left. But yeah, they don't really work within the context of what we're doing. Well, that one sort of does, but I don't know. That sort of works. I mean, it's not super necessary, is it really? But again, you might sort of have that there, maybe. I don't know. Not really, would you? You're more like that, if anything. Yeah. Again, they don't sort of... some of these lines, they don't sort of marry up especially well with the certain types that you've got on the road. So I think you have to almost like from the outset, you know, decide like some of your styles and stuff like this. You have to kind of really get into it and use it in a big way. Like we've got like the nice curved lines and stuff, but these things work better for kind of industry stuff. When we're sort of laying out some... I already use some of these lines to kind of good effect. I'll show you over at the industrial area. So like, for example, like right here, look, where I built... So this is just like completely built from elements that I've just laid in here, just from assets and props. This is kind of ore processing side of the industrial area. So again, just put in like loads of dirt effects, and some of these are pre-built. Like this is like a bulk storage area, but then... And this is like a bulk storage empty area, and then the rest of it is just kind of like paving slabs and elements that I've thrown in there, basically. Right, anyway, so to a point, though, I think this is basically working. We can also get some like traffic barrels in and stuff like that, so I can put some traffic barrels in, but yeah, basically I think it's working right now. Tell you what we should do right here. We should tell traffic to get in these other two lanes before that one. So they're not sort of... Yeah, actually, I think what I'll do is I'll tell traffic back here. But you see, again, am I going to create like a... Are we going to create a problem here? We're going to create a problem here by telling traffic to change lane? Maybe. Actually, you know, we don't even need to do any of that. Well, we'll see. If it becomes a problem, it's a problem. But it would be better if... traffic changed lane. Basically, all we need to do is just tell these guys to stay in lane, and then they should basically... if we just tell them to stay in lane, then they should change lanes sooner. There we go, just like that. Let's just see what happens there. Oh, hello. Oh, there's bloody traffic lights. I forgot about that. There we go. That was weird. It was like the traffic lights were only working for one side of the road as well there. See, we do have this problem here of this slowness, guys, on this corner. And again, I feel like this slowness is being caused by one of the distorted road sections that I've put down. This is the trouble. See, there's a lot of slowness through this area here, which is not a good thing. This has become one of these nightmares for me. Oh. Yes, Propentry Anarchy. My end of days. I think... Honestly, sometimes... Oh, hello. That almost seemed to work a little bit there. Oh, great. Good job, me. Screwed all of that stuff. Well, moving that road a little bit seems to have made everything work a bit better, though. Like, you see everything's working a bit better now. But I have screwed us in the prop department. Which is annoying. Again. I'm not going to bother to put that other thing back down for now. Kind of interesting, but not super worried about it. Right, please have barriers. That's not a line. How triggered are you going to be if I leave that like that? How triggered will you guys be? I think a lot. I will take the trouble, look, to move it. All nicely lined up. There, Alexei, you can sleep tonight now. It's all good. Right. Traffic seems to... Look! See? Nothing has changed. Because these guys are a bunch of idiots. See? Everyone's like, oh yeah, just make it a highway thing. Yep. Well, look what's happening here. Bunch of complete morons. Unbelievable as it is, what we actually have to do here is get rid of this junction like that, so that these donuts actually connect to the highway properly. Unbelievable. So frustrating. What a bunch of morons. Couldn't make it up. Right, get on the roads, you idiots. They're still at it. Absolute complete retards. They're still after it. Unbelievable. It'll probably take a little while for them to kind of stop changing lane here or something. Complete donuts. Good point, LT. Make it a roundabout again. No. Leave it and let the triggering happen. Oh, you were talking about the barrier. No. Even I couldn't sleep with that left as it was. Right, I think things are working okay, but probably we've... Oh, actually, my industry has grown more and more and more and more and more. So now we can actually start to expand Nyko Farms a little. So let's have a look here. We've got quite a good amount of farmage going on here already. Let's just have a quick look here at the actual layout of the area. Okay, so we have a very high... Okay, so basically just the other side of this junction and right here. So we've got very strong... Let's get some earthen roads down here. Carpentry Anarchy is still on. Oh, God, I can't believe that thing gets me every time. Every time. Right, let's have a look here. The area of the map which has not been expanded since the very early stages of the game. It's a brand new farming area. Right, and we can get some other fields and stuff going on here as well. You know what as well? I mean, we were talking about airport. I question whether we will actually... Well, I'm going to leave this... we built all this junction here. I'm going to leave this here for now. But next time when we come back, we will start to go for the airport. It's airport next time. And I'll see how we're kind of getting on with this at that point. Because we may need to kind of reconnect some of these elements to bridge up to the top here. That's going to be definitely the next thing to go for. Well, let's have a look at the Nyko Farm site. So we're going to grow out this area like so. Beautiful. What's this? I don't know if you tried it, but decreasing speed limits on off-ramps does a lot to smooth things up. Does it, though? How? I can't imagine how that would happen. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I'm just saying I can't see how it would, because, you know, surely the thing which creates the biggest change for the off-ramps is what lane they want to be in. The speed seems almost, you know, irrespective. But maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Right, let's get some farming action. You want to get yourself into farming. What is it David Mitchell was saying about like farming with his sketch? He has like a chicken. He's like, you see this? And he's trying to be like a farm. He's trying to be like an ignorant person who's just become a farmer. He's like a chicken, and he's like, you see this? He's like, it's made of chicken, actually made of chicken. He's like, kill it. You got free chicken. You can sell it to people. And he's like, or don't kill it. He's like, fucking eggs come out of their arses. Ah, dear. What's this? You're about to begin losing money? Oh no, that is a terrible disaster. After all, we only have 5 million in the bank. This is a catastrophe. Along with the fact that we always lose money at night time, because that has been a thing in this game forever. So when it's daytime, we'll probably be bang up to 10k again. Moo. Okay, farmland is coming together. It's all good. Right, I'm going to, again, sporadically lay in my farm area so that I can put some other stuff here too. Giant airships overhead. It's going to spook the cows, no end. Right, so let's do that. That's helping us out a little bit. We've got some farmy stuff coming in here. Save. Yes, we should save. Gonna get some water going across here. Oh look, our financial crisis is over. Right, so let's have a look. I'm just going to put field. I'm going to put some of these fields in like this. And these work very well too. I've got to try and make sure that I'm not just covering over an area that I'm already using. Right, so we can get one in here. Like that. You can't see that, but in the daytime it'll be more apparent. Try and get to the daytime actually. We've got some housing coming in as well, and we could do with... I think Toxic Town is doing quite nicely still. But it can forever be expanded currently, so let's expand that a little further. Good to get a bit more commercial... Oh, actually no, we got the... Oh no, here, yeah. We're commercial in there if and when we can. And now we get some houses. Right, we're coming... Oh crap, there's a big fire in Mosaica Industries. Somebody's thrown a cigarette into a pile of oily rags. Always unadvisable. Do you know what's the worst part though? You know how I was saying I was super... You know I was saying I was super tired at the start of today? I'm totally up for like playing like... I've got a craving to play like Broken Swords 2 or something right now. Don't know why. Oh look, we're making 10,000 just like I said. Oh, it's such a shock. Right, we're out of farms for now. We've got some farming still going on. But otherwise we are be out of farming. Now what I'm going to need to do is get some like trees and stuff. We'll spend a little bit of time on just making this area a bit nicer as well. I've got these medium agri fields. Look here, small. Let's get a small one in here somewhere if we can. Maybe right there. There we go. Right, okay, that's looking good. So we've got kind of a bit of growth on our farming area. Now, the biggest issue that I've had with this farming area... Did I save? Did I save already? I don't think I did. Right, let's save again. Can't be the right time. Really? Did I save all that time ago? That is a long time back. Here we go, saving. Saving. Cars going slower gives time for the cars in front to get onto the highway, and they don't end up in a traffic jam. Instead of people moving and stopping, it makes everyone keep moving just slowly. That's a good point. Yeah, maybe that would work. Although the solution does seem resolved now. But we'll keep an eye on it. I think after all the pain, I think we are in a better place now. It's just the traffic was very busy in Golden Orange Valley, but I think actually we're doing okay. So yeah, I think it's kind of coming together. So let's just finish up today by just doing a few little tree things. I don't think I'm going to use tree brush. I'm probably just going to smash in a load of... might make some little clusters that I can place around or whatever, but definitely need some more, like these kind of cluster of bushes and things. We definitely need some more, like, bushes and trees and things like this around the area, though, because it's just sort of, you know, it doesn't feel a natural enough area right now, and we need to get that going on. That's a very small one. Yeah, little bushes, too small. I could spend a long time working on this, obviously. Although, actually, I would say I won't use a brush, but actually I probably will for some of these. We've got all the sort of trees down here this way anyway. I'll just do like a little bit of this and then... a little bit of this, then we can work some other stuff in. I could do with spending an entire episode, I think, on beautifying, because we've built quite a lot of stuff now, and it probably wouldn't be a bad thing at all to kind of go through and just spend an entire episode just working on some of those things. I think you guys think that's a good idea. There's a lot of areas of the city now where we could really do with sort of just making them look and feel a little bit better. Just the, yeah, oak tree. Again, obviously I could start copying up little clusters and things like this, but I think it works absolutely fine to just sort of go through and do these sort of randomly, as we have done throughout. There we are. So that sort of starts feeling a little bit better. Still want to, with that, there was we did have the mod where after the one, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Maybe I don't have that now. No problem. I was after disable. Let's have a look. I'm after like disable road, you know, non-connected roads. Road not connected problem. Yeah, that. See, it doesn't seem to work. This was this mod, which is, it basically should stop these little things flashing. But it doesn't seem to work. Yeah, I think this is why I wasn't using this, was because it doesn't seem to work for me at the moment, and I think I tried it like one time and it didn't work, and then I was like, okay, I'm done with it. I don't want to use that now because obviously it's not working. Right. Anyway, back to trees. Trees and bushes. Yeah, that we can just add a few little trees and things in here. Damn, those are really quite loud. The blimps, like, shockingly loud, actually. And there we go. Also, along some of these, like, field edges and things, we'll try and get some of these trees and stuff down. They always look good having trees along the field edges. Like, these guys have already got this going on here, but and throw a couple of our own down in here. Been a little while since we've done anything on Nyko Farms, so I think it's pretty appropriate we come back in and a few little bits and pieces here. Yeah, we could do with some little bushes, really. not little bushes. We could do with like some of those cluster of bushes or whatever. There's a few different kinds. Yeah. I could actually do with sort of yeah, like this. We could do with really having some sort of hedgerows, really. That's what we want to sort of try and create here. But again, almost kind of want to do these down some of these roads here as well. Look, so this bush is quite good for this. So you can kind of create these sort of like hedgerows, really, and that's sort of what we need to have sort of going along here, I think. And then you can always grab like another one, like something like this, like a little naturey series bush. And you can always sort of throw in a few more, just like that, sort of dotted along the line to sort of fill it out a little bit more, whatever. Some of these areas you don't need it so much. I think it's mainly on the sort of outside areas of the, like I say, sort of along the roads here. What else? Need more generic trees. Yeah, these are like the these are quite cool. They're not really suitable for this map, but you can see, look, it's just like this big cluster of sort of almost tropical plants. But again, you see, that could be quite fun for somewhere like, I don't know, somewhere where you kind of want to set like a theme almost. So for example, like the golf course area, you know, maybe they've had these plants like specially planted up, you know, to just look nice sort of outside their buildings. So you might sort of put them in there like that, or as I say, for different maps it could work better, or if it's obviously like a kind of more tropically themed map. And then you can have like these big bush clusters. So again, I think that if you just put down like a row of little bushes like this, it doesn't look like too much like anything. But then once you start to throw in like this, you sort of throw in some other bits and pieces, then it works a little bit better. You can get some of these like kind of weeds in here like this. It sort of starts to make the whole thing. This is when it starts to kind of work a lot better. And then of course you can get some like decals in there as well. So it's like, it's kind of how long do we want to spend on it really. Yeah, like sort of tall green grass as well. Again, like you could have this sort of coming along here like this, right next to these things. There are these things, which I wasn't too sure about. They're like these big, they're supposed to be like big grass sections, but I don't know, they sort of work, but they don't quite look right to me, I don't know. You know what I mean? It sort of does work to a point, and I think like once you start sort of overlapping like other kinds of things, but then you need to sort of feather it out almost, so then you need to kind of get some of these other ones here. Before you know it, you've built like tons and tons of objects in this one area. But it is quite a good way of making sort of one corner. But again, like zooming out, you sort of lose it a little bit. But you know, when you come in and look at it like this, that's quite nice, you know. And it does look more like an actually sort of like, you know, right. And then let's see if we play it on and it's all kind of moving around a little bit. It does look like a quite nice sort of like, you know, vegetation area there. What map am I playing on? I'm playing on my map, which I made myself. This is Whitford Peak, and it is big. It is a big sweeping valley map. You can get it, it's on the Steam Workshop right now, and I link it below every one of my YouTube videos, and also the guys on the stream will give you the mod sets and all the rest of it, so if you want to find that out. But yeah, it's all on my workshop, all the collections and everything like that. So anyway, yeah, so that's starting to feel a little bit more like a sort of worked in area, I think. I just want to do a little bit more, I think. You can see the traffic, it seems to be flowing pretty well right now. What am I doing here? Right. Yeah, the only other thing I might sort of start to throw in here a little bit, I think, is sort of some decals and stuff, actually. Okay, it wouldn't be bad to have sort of some of this grass stuff here look like at the end. Where's that tall grass? Again, might just run like a load of cluster bushes, look, like this, just down by the side of the road. Looks quite cool. Helps it feel a bit more sort of a actual kind of farmy park environment. Try to get some more of these little bushes and stuff like in the actual areas where we've already got farms as well. I think it does make quite a big difference in the sort of feel of the area once you get these bushes on and so on. But like I say, I think this works for like all of the areas in the city. Like I think, you know, it would be good to spend more time on a specific area. So I'll try and do that soon. I think we'll have like some specific beautification episodes where we try to work on things a little bit like that and try and sort of bring up some of our sites in general a little bit more, try and make them look a little bit better, a bit more interesting. And then don't forget, of course, that we can do like with move it. So if I want to, for example, like copy, so I can select, I should be able to, sorry. Yeah, select like all the props. Let me come off of that. Oh, I know why. Yeah, like that. So we should be able to select that area, and then you can click copy like this, and then I thought we could do that without having all this overlay on, actually, but apparently not. Anyway, so then, yeah, we can take these and go put them... in fact, I'm actually sure. I swear that we don't have to have that overlay on. Is that really a thing? Maybe it is. I don't remember. I don't remember from the last time I was doing it that that was a thing, but there you go. Anyway, but once you've selected this, you can obviously take like a bunch of these little items, and then you can put them in here, sort of rotate them around, and then it just enables you to, for example, do that. So you can just kind of smush them down and just lets you kind of create a few areas, and you can kind of overlay them over the top of one another. And it saves you, allows you to create like sort of multiple, obviously, groupings of items. Again, like maybe get a little bit in there, maybe turn this around a bit in there. So you can kind of edge some of these areas in, kind of makes things, you know, like that. Can have a little bit of, you know, intersecting into the road a little bit. Put a bit like this. Just so it's quite good for the this little bunch right here is it's quite good for the end of roads. Obviously, we can kind of flip that around. It just looks like a lot of overgrown, like sort of grass on the end of a road. Like that, look. And then we could go to decals. This is going to be another one of these long episodes, right? How long have we done? All right, I'm going to do a 90-minute episode, so we're going to stop in 10. Right, so have a look here. So if we go decal, and then there's farm ones, but, you know, we've got like dirt. So again, dirt can be quite good just for sort of making an area look dirty. Like that, look. See, so it just makes the road like it's a bit more sort of dusty, bit of crap on it. Specifically good as well, like if we're doing that, sort of coming on and off of like a main road, and then of course I'd take some, you know, prop bushes and sort of put them over the end here. We have the lane as well, and also like obviously the cracked road sections. So these are quite good if there's like a lot of sort of industry traffic or something driving around an area, so you want to make it look like it's been well used, etc., etc. There are some farm fields and things, but I'm not so convinced that these look really good because they have to sort of overlay the ground. So I'm not super convinced by those. Again, just some various dirt things, but again, you know, it can be quite good. Again, like sort of, okay, so where you got this bit of tarmacy concrete, you can just kind of do that, you know, and it sort of looks a bit more open. There's various different kind of grasses we could use here. different dirts. And these can be quite good for kind of end of roads or things like this. And pebbles and stones, if you so wished. And again, because they sit under buildings, it can be quite cool actually. You can sort of put it like this, look on the end of a building, and it can kind of a little bit up. Some trash, like if you wanted a little bit of trash, you can throw this in. Quite good to sort of throw down. These ones are quite good. So these are just sort of like dirt again. You can just kind of put it on the ground. It just makes it look a bit more dirty, but that's kind of more industrial sort of dirt. This is a really good one, but you really want to use this in very specific locations. So it's like the kind of muddy road. Best example of it is probably over here. Wait. Did I change things up a little bit? We've either moved stuff around here. This would have been a good example. Right here. Yep. That looks like things have moved around a little bit at some point. So all these here, I'm going to delete that out. We'll redo this because I wanted this to be like this. Basically, up this road here, what we've done is place these muddy roads. And you can see that what it does is it creates like a kind of a puddle look coming up here. So if we were to come back up this road here, this is how we had it before. So I kind of want to go back to it. It's a tighter bend. You can obviously bend it round a little bit. But once they're actually overlaid, it looks really, really good. But we didn't go all the way up the road because it would be too far, but go like a little way up the road. Like this. On our road to the spooky hotel. And this is basically the end section here where you sort of feather it out. I can't see very well. That way around. There we go. There you go. So let's see, that looks quite cool. So now you've got what looks like a muddy road with puddles and stuff. So that looks really cool. So yeah, that can be quite a good thing to do sort of in a industrially area, or again, you see, look, straight away, I think this is starting to look a little bit more like an actual sort of farm area. And then of course we could get like a combine. So we can get like a combine, look guys, and we can put a few combines in our fields here, makes them look like they're being worked actively. I don't know whether we've got some other stuff. We've got tractor. Yep, so there's some tractors and stuff. So again, like if you feel like there's not enough objects in and around the site here, again, we could just put some tractors in and around these things. There's various other bits and pieces here. There's different ore extractors and farming things. But again, we could have like trailers as well. Put trailer below these things. So again, we might have like sort of some shipping container trailers, like maybe these parked up like outside here. Look. So you can just kind of, and this is the thing with the kind of beautification episodes, you know, you can spend a long time just kind of going through and going, oh yeah, we could just, we could put one of those things there, you know, all of these sorts of things. And if we look for container, again, like so we could have like different, you know, little containers and things like this dotted around. The possibilities are literally limitless. You can just keep on going, just keep building in and thinking of different stuff. Like here we are, like some more containers and things. All these different things, yeah. These are roll-off containers for. These are usually for like recycling or whatever. But again, doesn't really matter. You could just, you know, put one there. Maybe have another one like right there, and on and on. So yeah, it's a good way of kind of like making your site look a little bit more interesting. And I think already straight away, like look at this, like just at a glance, like I think automatically this looks like a much more sort of dynamic farming area. I might even just connect up. Tree Anarchy still on. I might actually just connect up these little roads here because it makes sense. It makes sense to connect those up. Right, there we go. So I think we come towards the end. Now, the other thing I want to do is look at fire. Now, Nyko Farms has not had very much... Oh, there's actually a policing problem as well down at the docks there, guys. Look. We haven't had any policing or any fire of any kind, fire protection of any kind at the farm area. But I feel like it kind of warrants it now. There's enough stuff down here that it probably is warranted. So we're going to put like a small fire station here. Let's have a look. It's going to be too big. I could put a local firehouse, but the trouble, it's always tricky because you have sort of nothing that balances between the two things. That's 560 a week. What's this? 560 a week. 376. This firehouse, I mean, it looks a bit futuristic, but I think it's going to suit our needs. And then also policing-wise, we could do with a smallish police station. Probably like this little police kiosk. One patrol car to catch and decrane. That seems fine because, honestly, I don't think we're going to have... Yeah, let's see. We'll have police and fire here. And again, look, what we might do is just grab some of this stuff here, look. Yeah, let's see. Again, we can just quickly bash this in here. Like this. And straight away, we can make this area look a little bit more... Yeah, let's see. Make it look a little bit more naturally invested in the environment. Just like that. There we go. See, straight away, loads better. Cool. So there we go. That is our farming district, I think, up to date a little bit more, guys. I hope you think that's coming together. Let's take a little last look at Toxic Town as well and see how this is going on. What's this? What about some bushes and trees along the riverbank near the farming area? Well, again, yeah, we can, for sure. But a little bit careful. I think I want to do more beautification towards the end because, you know, if suddenly our frames absolutely bottom out, it won't affect anything else too much. Silver Square, look, it's good to see that the mining and stuff is going very well over here, guys. We've got our mining stuff set up and running. So that's good. All working nicely. So the town's here growing really well. Also, remember, we got some shops here. This is good. Really good that we've actually got some community stuff happening now and actually some shops coming in. So, yeah, things are looking really nice. Let's take a little quick look at Toxic Town up on the top. And, yeah, it's looking really nice. It's developing slowly. I think it's starting to look about right. I mean, I'm quite pleased as well. There's some nice space here with these houses. It's not sort of oversaturated with it. And I'll just, again, quickly fill in this area right here. Look, just get some houses there. The edge off those. Right, there we go. I think that's it. So I think, yeah, it's coming together really nicely. Good progress made. I'm pleased that we managed to get the farming solution sorted. I'm pleased that we've made quite a big change here to our road system, and you can see that it is working. So it's frustrating. I mean, like I said, you know, the roundabouts really should take care of this, but they clearly do not, and now this is working quite well. The thing that annoys me with Skylines still is the fact that police and fire don't stay in the district. Well, it swings around about, you know. I mean, it's like if they go out of the area, but you know, you'll still have others come into it. So, like, if you have a big fire problem, others will come into that area to help resolve and fix it up, you know. So, but it's all good. I'm pleased that our road system is working very nicely, and you can actually see right here. Look, it's actually quite cool now because we do have these two. We have one big highway connection which runs off in that direction, and we have this other one right here which is now smoothly running across. We have the corkscrew roundabout, which I'm pleased to say after much fixing is now working really smoothly. You can see, look, all the traffic here like feeding off through to the industrial area, like a lot of traffic. We've built up quite a complex sort of traffic system here, and again, look at how much industry is now using. Remember when we didn't have much industry here for the rail station and it was kind of dwindling, but now look, you can see like it's fully busy, like really busy. What's this, says Jocko? I'm happy that LT is not building Arma 3 maps. They won't be overloaded as fuck. I don't know what you mean. There's nothing wrong with my map design. Of course you can't see it because it's night time. But why is it always night time when we finish? Have you noticed this? It's always night time when we finish. But the rest of the road's looking very nice. All coming like things. This junction is working nice and smoothly. See, I don't always go for roundabouts. You know, look, we built this junction here, guys. Look, and this is working absolutely fine off the highway. All good. Now, we did build the double roundabout junction, of course, as well over here, but even that's working well. I mean, look, you know, yeah, it's a little bit complicated, but it's all good. You know, it's all good. And this is a real-life setup, by the way. This is actually a real-life roundabout. This is the other thing. If you don't follow me on Twitter, guys, you should, because periodically I do tweet pics of, like, road things. I'm just like, you know, leading traffic solutions. Because you would not believe the amount of bonkers road... And I don't mean, like, something crazy in China. I mean, like, Canada, US, UK. Like, there are some bonkers road setups in real life as well, like really stupid, and you're like, what the Christ is going on there? Like, it's really bizarre. Yeah, map is on Steam. It's called Whitford Peak, and that's why we're playing it now as Whitford Peak. The rail industry area, you know, for ages how I said that it wasn't warranted that we would have like 2 rail industry sections. Well, I actually think maybe we need to. I actually think we do maybe need 2 rail hubs. Where's this lady off to? Look, she's got... It's the middle of the night. She's in it. Maybe we shouldn't ask this question, to be quite honest with you. Maybe we shouldn't be asking the question of where this lady, all dressed up in her summer hat, and she's got like a little pull-along case, and where's she off to? A dodgy warehouse in an industrial port. Probably best not to speculate on where she's off to. Anyway, do not ask the question. Everything else is going fine. Boomtown, I want to expand a little more. It'd be nice to see a little bit of expansion of houses there. I'm not reading the stream chat. I'm just going to leave it there. Oh, wow, look at this. I still love this at night time. The pass road, look. The pass road that comes up to the spooky hotel. Very cool. The Overlook Hotel, look. I like how there's no lighting up here as well. We haven't put like any lighting up here whatsoever. We just have like one little road coming up here. We still haven't sort of... I mean, look, bear in mind, we still haven't even cracked into the entire valley area. We've got like an entire other area to sort of start building in. So I don't know. I don't think we're near finished yet. We certainly we've got our town up on the top here. We've got the big city here, but we really need to crack into the valley on the other side before we do anything else. We've still got to fill the islands. Okay, we've got Captain Rex Islands down here. We've got to do that. Like, there's plenty to come. There's plenty of stuff we've still got to do. Golden Orange Valley here, looking productive. Look, got big shopping hypermarkets now. Everything's looking very nice. What's this guy up to? It's looking good. So next time as well, everybody wants me to do the airport next time, so maybe we'll look into airport next time. There we go. Anyway, alright, thanks for joining today, guys, on Skylines. I'll see you for the next episode.